Hey guys, so welcome back or welcome to my channel. So today is gonna be a story time about how this same dude broke in my house 3 times and it's still have not been caught. Like, he's still out and about. So like the first time happened like a little over 2 years ago. It was like, you know, around Christmas time. So it was like right after Thanksgiving, I believe. And you know, we've been collecting gifts, buying gifts, packaging them up, receiving stuff, you know, and all that. So I guess thief, he broke in our house when like all of us was at school and when my mom was at work, and he stole my mom LeBron's, like her shoes, if y'all know what LeBron's is. He stole that. He stole my Visa gift cards. He stole my mom's jewelry. He stole like a gold or diamond ring, something like that I was given to her by her boyfriend. He stole jewelry. He stole, you know, stuff like that, and he left. Now, we didn't know he broke in our house until like days later, because we realized that all this stuff was missing. And I kind of like figured it out because my mom was like, oh, maybe I misplaced the ring, or like maybe my shoes is like lost in somebody else's closet, because me and her had the same LeBrons, but only hers was taken. But I figured out that somebody broke in our house because my gift cards was in my wallet, and I always kept my wallet the safe place on my dresser, and my wallet was gone, and I was like, where's my wallet? So when I was cleaning up the room, I found my wallet wedged behind the bed, and all my cards was taken out of it. So I was like, and my siblings was like, you know, much younger at the time. I'm like, they're not gonna do anything with that. They're like in elementary and just got into middle school. I was like, they're not about to do anything with these cards. They don't even know how to use them. So I'm like, oh my God, I think somebody broke in our house. And I was like, yeah, it was confirmed, because the same dude tried to break into our neighbor's house, but he couldn't because our neighbors got like something on their windows that, you know, you can't break in their house through the windows, and he almost got caught, so he ran. Second time was Luna. No ma'am. So the second time was last year. I don't know if it was my brother or my sister. Somebody dropped a bowl on the floor. It shattered on the floor, and they didn't clean it up right away. So like my youngest sister, who's 6, I think she was 5 at the time, she came running into the kitchen and stepped all over the shards on the floor. So she sliced open her whole foot. Like we didn't even know she sliced though. I didn't even know anything broke in the kitchen until she came in the room. She was like, y'all, my foot bleeding. And I looked down, her whole foot was cut open, like the whole, like, and I was like, it was blood everywhere. And I was like, oh my God. So then we had to get my mom out of her room, and they had to take her to the hospital, and she had like 8 to 10 stitches, something like that. So the next day she had to stay home because, you know, she couldn't really walk on it like that. And I had to stay home from school because I had to watch her, because who's gonna be home to watch her, because everybody else is at work and stuff. So I said, okay. And during this same time, we was kind of renovating our house. Like, we painted like all the walls, we put down new flooring, changed all the pictures, we did like cleaned out our fridge cabinets, all of that, moved this, like we was going through like a whole bunch of like deep cleanup in the house. So it was just stuff everywhere, and half of the windows didn't have blinds on them. Now, I don't know, y'all know black people, we got to have our blinds and our curtains. Like, we do not really like our house to be open. Like, I don't care how safe you say the neighborhood is, I do not want stuff to be open. So when she stayed home from school and when I stayed home from school, we was sitting in my mom's room watching TV, and in my mom's room was going through a lot of work too. So like the dresser and the bed and stuff was like all in the middle of the floor, because the walls was being painted so nothing could go near the perimeter of the room. So everything was just bunched up in the middle. So it's like midday, it was like 12 or 1 o'clock, and she was watching some cartoon on TV, And I was just sitting there on my phone, and I hear like shuffling, because my mom has a big window in her room, and I hear shuffling out the window. And I'm like, that don't sound like some little animal, because it sounded like, it wasn't sounding like it was coming from the ground. It sounded like a big, like something was big was walking around near the window. And I'm glancing out the window. I'm like, okay. So then I went back on my phone, and the window flew up. And I automatically turned, and it's this dude. He don't even see me or my sister now. It's this dude dressed in all black, like all black everything. He had like, and I'm like, he had black gloves, black shirt, black pants, and he was a black dude, like a dark skinned dude. And he climbing in the window, and I'm shook because the door was kind of covered by the dresser. So like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, it wasn't a situation where I could get up, grab her, and run and be no issue, because the bed is in the back of the room, and then the dressers and all the furniture is in the middle, and then the door is in the opposite side of the room, and the bed is like 2 feet away from the window. He climbing through the window, and we're sitting in the middle of the bed. So it wasn't like a situation like, you know, like, oh, split second, go boom. So I was like, oh my God. So he halfway into the room, like he stepped his foot into the room, and he looks up, and we're like 2 feet away from each other, and we make eye contact. And I grabbed my sister and I shoved her behind me, and we were staring at each other for like a good minute. And then he's trying to hurry up and go back outside the window. And so he tripped and fell, slammed the window back down, and ran into the neighbor's backyard and ran to the street and like disappeared. So I grabbed the phone to call the police, and I'm shaking, like I'm shaking so bad. So I call the police and I tell them, and then after I tell like the police what happened, I called my mom and told her what happened, and I'm just boo-boo crying, and I'm shaking because, you know, like, I'm glad he was the type of like burglar that was scared of us. Like, he wasn't the type of person to be like, oh, what if someone is home? Like, because he didn't expect us to be home, because he broke in our house before, and he knows our schedule. So he thought we were going to be at school, but my sister cut up her foot the day before. So he wasn't really the type of dude that would be like, well, I'm gonna kill them and I'm gonna hurt them anyway and still break in this person's house. Like, he got scared because we were there. So, and now I think back at it, you know how like you yell at movies, like, you dumb, you could have did this, that, and the third. But it's like when you're actually in a situation like that, not all of those scenarios run through your mind at that second. Like, I don't know, it's really terrifying. Like, it's really terrifying, because even when he was sitting there, I'm trying to go through my head, is there a weapon around me? And my mama don't keep like her weapon in the room. She usually carry it with her because she has a license to carry, but it doesn't, like, it stays with her, not like in the house. And it's not like I'm in the kitchen where I can reach a knife or something, and we're renovating, so it's just junk everywhere. And I was just like, oh my God, if he tries to hurt us, what are we gonna do? Like, the only thing I could do is I'm gonna have to try to fight dude off. Like, I'm gonna have to, yo, Bella, you need to get out of here, and I'm gonna have to fight dude off, because Bella, my little sister, was my #1 priority in that situation. Like, I didn't even feel like myself mattered in that situation. I kept thinking, she's right here, she's right here, she's right here. So the police came. Police was zero help. I told him, because it wasn't like he was wearing like a ski mask. His whole face was out because he didn't know we were going to be home. So the police was zero help. I'm like, I know what he looks like, and he got to live around here because it's the second time he broke in our house. And they were like, okay, we'll just scope around the neighborhood and look around. It will call you if we get any updates. It's been a year, and they have yet to call about any updates. Like, they didn't even actually go and look for him. They just took down a police report and left, and that was like that. Now, like 3 months ago, the same dude came back, but here's the difference. So it was during the summertime, and it was like 2 days after we got our kitten, and it was like 3 in the morning, and we like, you know, I got 4 younger siblings, and then my little cousins was here too. So all of us, well, almost all of us was piled up in the front room with like little pallets of pillows and blankets and stuff, because we was watching movies. So me and my cousin Jayla, who's a freshman in high school, we were the only ones up. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we was watching the movie 13 Cameras. Now, if y'all never watched 13 Cameras, it's about this, you know, this man who rents out the house that he owns, and he puts cameras everywhere they don't know, and spy on the people, and spy on the wife while she naked, and he live in the basement and all this other crazy stuff. So we're watching that movie, and we had like the long blinds in our living room. So 2 of them is missing because the kids and the cat be tearing up stuff. So 2 of them was missing. So you could kind of look in our house if you come up to our window and peer inside. So you know how you get that feeling when somebody's looking at you? I got that feeling. So I'm holding the kitten, sitting on the floor watching the movie, and then my cousin was on the couch, and the couch is pushed against the window, so she can't see out the window because her back is against the window. So I feel like somebody's watching me, so I glance out the window, and I see the dude standing there, peering inside of our front room like this, looking inside. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. And it's like 3 a.m. now. So I'm staring at the TV, and I whisper,
Jayla, do not move, but there is a man looking inside the living room, and he's looking down at you. Do not move. I'm about to call the police, and I'm about to go get my mom.
So, you know, she was like, are you serious? Are you serious? I said, Jayla, do not move. So I'm pretending like I'm going to the bathroom and all of that. So my mom usually keeps her door locked when she's in there, but I knocked on my mom's door, and shockingly she opened it. She didn't yell out what you want or nothing like that. And I said, the man is back. And she ran in her room, grabbed her gun, and ran in the front room and opened up the door, and she went to go shoot him, and he like ran, like he full on sprinted away. So then we called the police again, and at this point it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. So we called the police again, took down another police statement, and my mom was like getting mad because she was like, this is the 3rd time this man has been at our house. My daughter knows what he looks like. I have an idea where he lived because other neighbors have talked to me about him. Why can't you go arrest him? She can identify him in a lineup. So the police was like, you know, I understand, ma'am. We're gonna try our best. Darren didn't do anything, and my mom was like, I don't care, because if he come back to my house one more time, he will be dead, and I'm telling you that right now. And he was like, okay, ma'am, calm down, you know, I understand, and and she was like, no, I'm dead serious, because at this point I have 5 kids, and I have nieces that's over here all the time. So it's like 7 to 8 kids at my house all the time, and they're all girls except for my one brother. So it's like 6 girls at the least at my house all the time, and my brother. And this man keeps creeping and breaking into our house and looking into our windows and staring at us while we sleep. So the police didn't do anything again. And it's 3 months later, and you know, I get really paranoid. Like if one of the kids don't lock the doors, and I walk in the house and the door is not locked, my heart start beating really fast, because I'm really, like, I'm not gonna say I have PTSD, but like I'm really paranoid about stuff like that now. Like if I'm home alone and I hear something, my heart starts beating fast, and I got my phone like ready to call 911 because I don't know if he's in the house with me. So he's still around. I don't know where he at. He hasn't broken our house in 3 months. He usually do it like every year, and I don't know, but I felt like I just had to share this story because I don't know, like, because I get scared, because there's a lot of dudes that live on this neighborhood. Like I live across the street from a college, a university, a barbershop is 2 houses down from my house. It's a trap house next door. Like it's kind of scary in the house. And then my other neighbor, they house look like a haunted house. Like it's so run down. They is so ghetto over there. Like I don't live in a bad neighborhood. It's just like, it's like a good neighborhood, but bad people move into it till it seem like a bad neighborhood, you know? But I don't know. But that was a story of how my house got broken into by this same dude that has yet to be caught. So you know what that means. Y'all pray for me. and see you next week.